So I'm just going to recap some of the functionality of the Preventive Care Checklist eForm. The first obvious functionality is going to be the color. The form does determine the sex of the patient and will hide and display some of the checkboxes and input elements based on their gender. So this is what it looks like for the male, and it also captures for transgender, other, and undefined. They're all grouped on this one here. So we'll go back to the female. Some of the functionality is like in the lifestyle habits. A lot of this, this was a nice little way to display a lot of different measurements that are pulled in from the flow sheets, like the PHP flow sheet at a glance, but then you also have the option to manual enter them. You can do all, and then you can go down the list and manual enter all of them, or you can enter them individually. Now the diet ones are all grouped together, and then the rest of them are individual. Now one of the other little features that I added in here, since there is some duplication for some of the checkbox stuff like that. So if data is pulled in, it will also, if smoking's already determined to be yes or no, it'll also already populate these checkboxes for you. There was no value, that's why there's nothing here. You see, just like it did here for elderly, this patient's not considered to be an elder, so then it checked off no, and that's determined by the age that's up here. And the age determining point for elderly was greater than or equal to 80. So, but if we go here and say for smoking, we say no, say done. If we go down here, you'll see it'll check off no for us, and it will mute these. That way, it's a nice little visual cue that this is you don't need to spend any time on this, because this patient's not a smoker. So now it'll also do the same for BMI. If this data is pulled in from the chart, populated here, it will again make the determination down here and check the box or yes or no. But it will also, if we put in some values here, it will calculate the BMI, and it will also then determine whether it's greater than 25, and then check it off or not. So, and when these measurements are pulled in when they're populated from the chart, when you hover over those, all four of these input fields, it will also give you the date observed of that measurement as well. So, okay, so now if we go down here on the labs, this will look for the A1C or the FBS and pull them in. If there is a value in this hover, it will populate the value and the date observed of that lab, and that's the form. The other little things that we have here is just that it also have the instruction sheet here if you happen to need it for the form. So again, just highlighting some of the main features of this form, and that's all. Enjoy.